Hello everyone, welcome to the Daredevil Builds YouTube channel. This is my parents' shop where I've done a lot of work here, just working on various machines. This one is called the Death Machine. It is a project I worked on in 4 weekends for one of our annual parties we have. It doesn't run currently, and as you can see it's disassembled here. The flywheel's off. The ignition is exposed. But I'll just give you a brief rundown of what it is, why I built it, and then we will continue on with this series, the Death Machine series is just going to be a revival, because right now, like I said, it's down. Revival, a refinish, fix a lot of the jank that I put on it, and then look at some times, because it is, well, I digress. I'll tell you what it is. So it is it is an old JLO Rockwell 400 twin snowmobile engine that I pulled out of, well, I should say just 2-stroke engine. Old 400 twin JLO Rockwell 2-stroke engine out of our 6-wheeler that we have, a semi-amphibious Max 2 6-wheeler. And I engine swapped that with a 16 horse Duramax single cylinder. Anyways, doesn't matter. I engine swapped it. Had this engine laying around. Well, didn't know what to do with it. And then I tore the engine out of this old 110cc Chinese mini chopper that we had since we were little kids. And I thought, man, took this engine out of here. It kind of looks like it would fit in that frame. So I just held it up, mocked it up. And it turns out, with some minor modifications, we'll say, it fits. So over the next 4 weekends, 2 or 3 years ago, I think it's 3 years ago at this point, I decided to, as cheaply as possible, build a drag bike. I mean, with just all scrap. Only parts I actually bought for this bike was a new brake cable, which is already torn up, and I had to buy the hanger bearings, I should say carry bearings, pillow block bearings, whatever you want to call them, new bearings, and the square tubing that I made as the engine mounts. So, I suppose, and the sprocket and gearing and everything. So, it was a fun project. All right, so give you a walk around here. I don't know if you can tell exactly how, I was crouching next to it earlier, so you might be able to tell exactly how small it is. The engine is rated for, without a pipe, this, as you can see, there's no pipe on here. It's 2-stroke. All 2-strokes benefit from pipes, basically. But with no pipe, it's rated for around 40 horsepower. Properly tuned, properly jetted, yada yada. I would say it probably puts out close to that, 40-ish horsepower. The plan is, with a new revival to actually get it to its, in the manual, if you read, it'll say with pipe and performance mods, you can achieve 50 plus horsepower. So we'll attempt to get that. I don't have a dyno yet. I do plan to build one in the future. I'll make a video on that in probably realistically years, but we'll figure it out. But let's get it propped up. I just pulled the clutching system. Take the cover off here. That was just floating. Yeah, and zip tied on the back, as you can see. This thing is, I mean, when I say 4 weekends, $0, complete scrap jank, this is peak. This is peak jank. The clutch, completely eyeball alignment. I have no idea. It actually is cockeyed. I can see it from here. Completely eyeballed. Yes, that is just a door hinge that I welded to hold on the belt cover. And I just cut the clutches out of a 85 Yamaha SRV 540, if I remember right. And the secondary clutch, that is. This is the primary clutch. It's original to the motor. But the secondary is just a similarly sized belt secondary that I need. And I just kind of glob welded it in place. And put it I have a little, I don't know if we can get a good angle of that. There's a holder right down in the bottom. There is a second reinforcement bracket down there. But, yeah, this thing is as rough as a build can get. Everything is sharp angles. Nothing's finished at all. It's an old BMX handlebar that I welded in place of the frame was straight across here. I'll bring this back down. The frame was straight across here, but obviously I have a carburetor here now. So I looked at the BMX bike that was sitting outside our garage for 10 years, and I was like, that shape is perfect for dodging my carburetor, and it also gives me a belt holder, or a guard holder for the clutch belt. So yeah, it's jank. This thing's jank. It's just a lawnmower. Just pull the gas tank off a lawnmower, welded it in place. And obviously you can see the collides with the handlebars. Doesn't matter. This thing isn't for turning. This is a straight line drag bike. This was the entire purpose of this, was to fly down a gravel road 0 to 60 as fast as I can make it go reasonably, and just to have a unique, fun experience. Now let's talk about how fast it can go. So we have these little X Pro. It's a Hawk 150, 4-stroke, $1,000 Chinese dirt bike. They're sweet. Put out claimed 13 horsepower, something like that. They're fun. They go like 55 miles an hour. Good time. And they're decently quick in acceleration. They're not too slow. This thing, the Death Machine, it will go in here. Let's see if we can put down the throttle here. Put down the carburetor throat. Oh. Need some lube. He's a little stuck. Cable's getting tight. There you go. All right, so that's wide open. It's hard to see down there. Okay, there you can see it. So if we give it just roughly quarter throttle, you're going instantly 40 miles an hour. It is on pavement. This thing will just grip, and you just have to hold on. It is ridiculous. because I think the total bike weight is maybe 200 pounds. The engine itself is about 60, I think is what the manual says. 60 pounds or so. I mean, there's really nothing, there's nothing to it. It's a dirt cheap frame. Actually built pretty decently, but it's a teeny tiny mini chopper frame with a big ass motor in it. It will, at top speed, I wanted to gear it so that it could not achieve extreme speeds, we'll put it that way. It goes right now, topped out 75 miles an hour, but that is not limited by the motor. That is completely limited by the gearing, because I don't want it to go faster than that. Because already crashing at anything over 45 miles an hour is a not fun experience. So, you know, once you get to anything above 45 miles an hour, that's deadly levels of speed when you're crashing on a motorcycle. Not cool stuff. So 75 was what I deemed my safe maximum speed. And yeah, it'll go 0 to 75. It feels instantaneously, but it's probably close to 3 seconds, 4 seconds. I don't know how, I've never timed it. That 3 seconds sounds accurate to me, but you know, whenever we get the revival done here, we will just see how true that claim is. Yeah, so that's the brief history. Well, I'll show you what it looks like to sit on it. Just how small, you'll get a feel for how small it is. And then we'll, oh yeah, we'll get back to it. We'll start diagnosing all this problem. My head might be cut off, but it doesn't really matter. So, when you're sitting on the bike, it just looks ridiculous. We're gonna revamp this, like I had said. But sitting on it, you know, you're just on for the ride. That's just the best way to put it. If I can balance on here. Yeah, it just looks silly. It feels silly. But when you're going, it looks ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But somehow, it handles amazing. I don't know how to describe it. It feels totally fine. It feels almost comfortable going down, because you're so low to the ground. I mean, the ground clearance is 4 inches maybe, tops. Going down the gravel at 75 miles an hour feels more controllable than in a taller motorcycle. Like, I used to have an 81 Goldwing, have a 69 Sportster. They feel more sketchy on a gravel than this does, and which makes no sense because, well, it makes sense because of the ground clearance. You're so low, your center of gravity is low, but it seems backwards. There's only front suspension. But yeah, that's a size comparison. We'll get to the meat and potatoes of this.